Republican United States Senate nominee from the Great Lakes State, Mike Rogers. Sir, thank you.
Good to see you, Tom.
Good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Before we get to the presidential race, which I have to ask you about, I want to talk about your race. There's a poll that came out yesterday that has you within 4 of your Democrat opponent. Talk to us about how you plan on closing the gap between now and November.
Yeah, and we just had a poll also released that had us tied, dead heat, 43-43. So it's somewhere in between there is probably the right answer. And what we've been doing is talking about issues that matter, illegal immigration. I'm actually in the UP of Michigan today as we speak. And what we have found is illegals have been taking over hunting camps, which is a big deal in Michigan, certainly in November, and squatting there. And the police found as many as 10, according to reports, people living in some of these camps. So illegal immigration from the southern border, reaching all the way up to the UP in Michigan. So we're talking about issues that really matter, how we're going to close and secure the border, how we're going to confront the drug cartels to stop this fentanyl crisis from killing our kids and our families in a state like Michigan. And then we're going to figure out, and we're not going to figure out, we're going to do it, to keep our grocery prices down. We're going to make us energy independent. We're going to keep that money in the country. We're going to bring down gas prices and energy prices and allow that to work to bring down grocery prices. So we're pretty excited about our solutions-based campaign. That's how we're going to close the gap, and that's how we're going to go ahead here.
Congressman, meantime, the polling for Donald Trump and Kamala Harris is very tight in Michigan. It's within 3 points, according to Emerson. That's within the margin of error. Earlier this week, Harris, alongside Governor Tim Walz, sat down for the first time with CNN's Dana Bash. Here's what the vice president had to say about some of the issues you just raised, particularly the state of the economy.
But I wonder what you say to voters who do want to go back when it comes to the economy specifically, because their groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Well, let's start with the fact that when Joe Biden and I came in office, during the height of a pandemic, we saw over 10 million jobs were lost.
You have been vice president for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
The steps that you're talking about now, why haven't you done them already?
Well, first of all, we had to recover as an economy, and we have done that.
One of the few follow-up questions from Dana Bash there about the fact that they have been in office for nearly 4 years. When you talk to the average person in Michigan, do they believe that the administration has done what it could to try to ensure that this economy has recovered?
Absolutely not. They've caused the problem, and they know it. And, you know, they often talk about firsts, Tom, but let me tell you in the last 4 years why this has been so devastating to Michigan. This is the first time in American history that we imported more food than we exported. The first time in history that foreign automakers made more cars in the United States than domestic automakers. That's a big deal here in Michigan. First time our interest payment on our national debt is going to exceed the Department of Defense. First time over $1 trillion on credit card debt on the average American. It's never been $1 trillion. Those are firsts that make America last. And and people around Michigan know it. So no matter what Kamala Harris says and Tim Walz says, or Democrats say, they say, oh, we did this or we're doing this. They know when they go down to the grocery store, their eggs are about twice as much. Bacon is about twice as much. Gasoline about twice as much than it was under Donald Trump and a Republican-controlled Congress. And so I believe that people are going to start saying, listen, I get all that. That's great. I need to be able to have my paycheck go to the end of the month. And I talk to people who have to go to the food pantry the last 2 or 3 days, and these are working people.
Yeah.
It's not right, and we're going to fix it.